What was that? Wow. Okay. So. How are you? I am fantastic and doing really well. I am doing really well and I am fantastic. What is up? I hope everyone is all right. I hope you are all right. I am all right, apart from my outrageous sneezing. Please hold while I try and fix shit. I just need to spread the word. I need social media sharing. Social media, and then social media. Okay. Every one. There we are. There we are. How are you? How is Fragrance Time? Fragrance Time! Fragrance Time is a motherfucking member. He has an emoji. He has his pick of emojis. There are 4 so far. When I get more members, I will be adding more emojis. So if you would like to become a member and have access to said fetching emojis, then you can press the, what's that button there? It's a $sign. It's a $sign. You can use them to... Can I use them? I can! Because it's my channel. Look. That says outrageous. Can't really make it out, to be honest with you. It's not very good, that, is it? I need to figure that shit out. But since I haven't got that many members, so I can't add any more. I can't add any more emojis to the thingy yet. Ugh. But that is a very exciting development. I am fucking very excited by the emoji talk, friends. Ugh. My goal. Let's just change that. Let's put that there. Okay. How are we? How are you? Today I unboxed and first impressioned my latest fragrance. Oh. And it is fantastic. So yes, I need to find the green bottle all the way to the left. This one. This is Un Jardin Solitoit. Solitoit, as I call it. Also, I need to show you my scent of the day, which is Gucci Nobile. Gucci Nobile, friends. What a fantastic fragrance. It is fantastic. It is doing really well. Where are we? Where are we so far? Okay, memberships. I just need to find... Fucking hell. I've actually got 8 members. I didn't know. I did not know I had 8 members. I don't know how many members I thought I had. Would you like to support a duck? As soon as I've got enough members, I'll probably do like members only content or like early access. You know what I mean? How do I support? You can like the video, you can like any video, all the videos that you like especially. You can get a membership. You can buy a membership from the little $sign, or you can gift memberships to people. Yes, I have done that myself. Domenico says, hello, I'm coming from WhatsApp group chat. Well, thank you. Welcome, WhatsApp group chat. Which WhatsApp group chat? Ace of Souls, welcome to Blind Buy. Now you have a little duck next to your name and access to 4 emojis. There's a duck, there's a Balenciaga pour homme, there's a red block of text which actually says outrageous, but it's not very good, and there is the cat. There is the cat who is often the face of the streams. Also, I figured out how to get the ratio back so that it's normal again. I've got to set up the stream and schedule it. I can't just like fire up a stream at random anymore, which is sad, you know. Anyway, I need to say hello to everybody. Hello, Fragrance Time. Hello, Beavis Bonds. Hello, Shebby. Frenchy Levant, new edition. No, I've had this for a couple of years now. I've had this for quite a while. It is not my new edition. I did a video with my latest edition, and I have a couple of other perfumes coming that will be new editions too. I'll be unboxing those on the channel soon. I've got some first impressions coming soon. But my latest acquisition arrived today. I bought this off a friend. Thank you very much, sir. This is Guerlain Homme Eau de Parfum. I'll come on to why I got this version and not the older one soon. Welcome, Ace of Souls. Welcome, Blue Force. Welcome, Jared. Welcome, Fragrance Collector Vintage. I love green bottle all the way on the left. I'm curious, what's its name? It is Un Jardin sur la Toit by Hermes. Beavis Bonds is wearing Antaeus. Nick is here. Hi, peeps. He posted a picture of Baymax. That is his right. He has a membership. Is that Frenchy Levant discontinued? Yes. What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, obviously people weren't buying it, but would you buy it at fucking 400 quid a bottle? Don't. Even though it's a really good fragrance. Really good fragrance. Not 400 quid. Fuck off. Stupid. Absolutely stupid pricing. I only have one member. Look at you, Rich. Well, I've got 9 now. 9 member. How do I support? Likes. Yes, likes are free. Please like the stream. And it's very kind. Domenico, welcome. What WhatsApp group? I am Dominican. Welcome. Fragrance time. Support the duck. He's saving up for an LV bottle. Do you know, Mo from Sense for Thought was going to send me a partial of Imagination. And then he was like, oh, sorry, so I'm sending it, I'm selling it to somebody else. I was like, ugh. Very nice Gucci Nobile, says Domenico. Thank you. I have a couple of backups too. Hey Mitch, hope you're good. Have you tried the newer variant of Giorgio for men? Still decent. No, I haven't tried it. I imagine it's not as great as it was because if I remember rightly, it was quite a citrus aromatic kind of thing. Citrus aromatic thing. And it's gonna have changed, you know. It's gonna have changed. Now it's the fragrance that bore the man's name, so they might have wanted to keep it pretty faithful there, but that's gonna be a struggle. That because of the nature of the fragrance, it was very 80s, very 70s, very 80s, you know. Welcome, Frank. How are you? Which Maitre Parfumeur Gantier is on the left says, this is Garrigue. Now, it's quite similar. Please hold. It is actually quite similar. Girl on, you go over here. This is quite similar to Frenchy Lavande, actually. It is quite similar to Frenchy Lavande, and it's a lot of sage. That's why. There's a hell of a lot of sage. Hello, Bilbo. Bilbo doing his best to finish me off. Posting videos and pictures of horrible men. Just being horrible. I'm going about my day like an innocent man. Having a nice time. Minding my own business. And then Bilbo sends me into the depths of despair, hell, depression. And I am confronted with an ugly, ugly scene. An ugly scene. The dastardly rascal. Aziza Dilly says, hey Mitch, was just curious, how old are you? I'm 40. Unbelievable. Bilbo says, non-channel members can kick rocks. No. Hello, Pat Lester. Ace of Souls says, scent of the day, Tour de Hermes Parfum. I actually had that on my skin yesterday. So I was in the... it was in my itinerary for when I went to the store yesterday. I also picked up a sample of Dior Paradise. There is a first impressions of that filmed and coming up. And I also picked up a sample of Oud Voyageur. Fucking... Well, I won't say anything because I've got videos of them coming up. Not all doom and gloom. That's all I'll say. Not all doom and gloom. Although Oud Voyageur does have Cypriol in, so yes. Hello, Sadie. Hello, Mitra. How are you? Mitra K in the house, indeed. Everything good gets discontinued. Yes, it does. $2.99 is a small price to pay to the man helping you along in this journey. That's right. We must all help. Global Fragrance Network Group. Outrageous. Imagination can make a man of you, says Beavis Bonds. Frank says, $4 a mil is the hog line. I'm not sure what the hog line means, but I ain't paying $400 for this, even if it's a 200 ml bottle. Don't do that. I was picking these up for 200 quid. That's how much I paid for me Frenchie Lavande, you know. In fact, I think I actually got them. I got one of them for about 180, and then I got the other one for about. Ooh, was it about like 200, 205, 210? So about 200 each. That's about what it's worth for 200 mil. It's good. It's good for that, you know. You will be shamed if you don't become a member. Shame. Did you look? Aziz, thank you for becoming a member. Here's a blind buy member. How cool. You now also have access to the emojis. More emojis are coming too. I am actually genuinely excited about adding more emojis. I think I'm gonna remove the outrageous one because you just can't make it out, you know? Like, you just can't. It's, I thought it would look better, you know? But until somebody uses it, you don't know how it looks. There's a good chance I'll change the cat one as well. But it'll be a cat. It'll be one of the cats who features on the live stream. It'll be one of the cats that features on the live stream. Thumbnails. I just need a better picture. Did you love Tower fragrances too? I do. I do love Tower fragrances. I actually have a summer Tower. Let me put these back. That's Garrig. Very good fragrance. It's especially when it's humid because it's quite dry. This is my scent of the day. This is my latest pickup. It's not heavy at all. Tower. This is really good for summer. This is incense rose. It's good. It's very good because it's dry. It's dry. It's got that bright rose clementine thing. Underrated Tower. Underrated Tower. Really it is. Nice, Garriga. Similar to Green Irish Tweed too. I have not heard of that. It's very dry. I find recently I'm getting a lot of iris and a lot of sandalwood from Green Irish Tweed, and it's very salty as well. Just curious, how old are you? 40 years old. Domenico says, oh, I need to try Frenchie Lavande. Yes. Domenico, pay up. That's, you know, you're still breathing. Yes. I kind of regret that I'm still breathing when I see those videos. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. Hello, Mitch. Hope you're doing well. Scent of the day is Dior Jules. Just tick. I'm a big Jules fan, actually, but I can't imagine wearing it in the highest of high heat. Although I imagine they used to back in the day. I wore Original Vetiver yesterday, and I think I put too much on. I felt like it covered as in like an oil. You know what I mean? I felt insulated by it. I need to catch up with the chat. Sadie is wearing Crazy Kritzia at a toilette from 1991. Mitra K is good. The discontinued fragrance I wish I could have bought more at a normal price was Amouage Myths Man. Yeah, it's very gone, that, isn't it? It's been gone for quite a while. Leak scents. You smell like a leak? Scent of the day, Var by Mallow. I've never heard of it. Okay, I've just lost my place. Can't believe the discontinued Beach Hut. I have 2 new members. 2 new members. Welcome to Blind Buy. Blind Buy level. There is only 1 level. I don't think I'm going to change that. I think I'm just going to make it like £3 a month for everybody. So, yes. So £3 a month. Welcome to Blind Buy. Cosmic Ace 1. And Sadie. Thank you both very kindly. Rich, you need to sample Serge Luton's Écrin de Fume. Feu. Feu. Fou me. It's very good. I just can't find them. Like you've got to blind buy them. You know what I mean? And like I don't want to anymore. Also, all my Serge Lutons are in the old packaging. And like I don't want to use. It's such a stupid thing to say, but like I don't want like the new packaging. I want them all to be in the old packaging. You know? Oh, excuse me. Ace of Souls says there are 2 aces now. There's an Ace of Souls and a Cosmic Ace. Bilbo gifted 5 memberships. All 5. 5 memberships. Outrageous. The memberships went to True Baller, Philippe, Axehead, Vector Wolf. Oof, how do I pronounce that? Let me go to Quonsetut Studios. Quonsetut Studios. Thank you very much to Bilbo. Please hold. A gifted membership lasts for a month. And you get the use of the emojis. What do you think about Celine perfumes? I don't own any. And I have no plans to buy any. Not now, not really ever, to be honest with you. I think while they're made of good materials, they're all very much of that Dior Homme Bois d'Argent style that Hedi Slimane developed when he was at Dior, and appears to have not let go of 20 years later. I see a pussycat, says Mitra. That's right. It's Baymax. Evening all, wearing Dune pour homme tonight, says Tim. Outrageous, says Sadie. Outrageous. Dune pour homme is fantastic. Haven't worn it that much this year. I have been wearing Un Jardin, Un Méditerranée. Two Aces is twice as nice. Yes, I love an incense rose too. A very nice cigars. Yes. Bilbo's telling people to put their hands in their pockets. Greetings, everyone, says Cosmic Ace. Incense Rose is my favourite tower by quite some way. Can I rank them? Can I rank them? I can't rank them. But I do like Okada Desert and Lone Star Memories. I also have Lonesome Rider. But that is, I mean, that's been gone for a while now. Which do you prefer, Turd de Hermes, EDT or EDP? Yeah, definitely the EDT. Definitely the EDT, man. We need an oat moss emoji. Yes! That's a great idea. Should use like a Yugoslavian oat moss. Best affordable tobacco you've put your nose to. Ooh. Is anything affordable anymore? I would say Phaedon's Tobacco Rouge. There are aces. 2 aces. Bogart Poro is nice and cheap. That's a good point. Tobacco, I mean, the Bac Rouge, I mean, Phaedon's pricing's really, really good. Really good. But it's not, I mean, they're all like 140, 150 quid. But it's like niche for that price. See you next time. Have a nice day. Bye-bye, everyone. Goodbye, Dominico. Shergi by Serge Luton is a nice, affordable tobacco. That is true as well. PK says, cheers all. Scent of the day is Vintage Armani Eau pour Homme. Hello, hello, hello. This Nobile is a challenge to find. It is. Are the Guerlains and the new square bottles as good as the Listerine? Not for me, no. No, I'm not a big fan of the ones in the square bottle. I don't like the square bottles, and they suffered massive reformulation in 2022. Everything did, and it was a pretty devastating set of regulations, that actually. Frank is wearing modern Fahrenheit. Nobile is super expensive to buy now. It is. Mitch is wearing Bellarme today. Thick. Phooey. Gee, the order correct. She swears she's fucking smarter than me. 1 vote for Rogue's Tobacco Vert if you find a green tobacco. If you like a green tobacco, says PK. I heard a rumour Plum Japanese coming back under a different name next year. I heard it was coming back under the same name, right? But in like the signature bottles. Hello, Deep Dab Wave. Hello, King Mitch. Please tell me your thoughts on Frenchy Lavon. Plan to get a huge ass decant of it. Getting a huge ass decant. I would not like to decant a huge ass. I love Frenchy Lavand. It's dry. It's lavender. It's verbena. I get mostly sage. It's incredibly dry. Smooth though. Clean. Fresh. It's great fragrance. It's a great, great fragrance. But don't pay retail, or what was retail for it. Do you know, this is a 2017. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not at all. That's a 3, not a 7. Have I turned green now, says Tim. You need to buy a membership if you want to turn green, sir, and have access to the special emojis. My most recent purchase is Hermes Voyage Parfum. This is mine, but I do have more on the way. I have a very special perfume on the way, which should be here next week. I'll be doing an unboxing. Not necessarily a first impression, because I've smelled it many times before, but I have managed to get a particularly massive bottle of it And I do mean massive. We should collectively sue them, like a class action lawsuit for reformulating. How is this not a thing? It's not a bad idea. What do you guys think of Unboire by Serge Luton? I love it, actually. Do you know? I used to think it was really ordinary. I used to think it was a bit shit, and now I actually think it's one of the best vanillas that there is. I mean, it's not a high bar. There's so many vanillas, you know. But is Tobacco Vanille Parfum and Tuscan Leather Parfum still coming out? I hope not, but I imagine they still are, yes. It's a shame that they are, but yeah. Someone said Fred Marl is the best niche house, and I couldn't argue much. It used to be, without a doubt. It used to be, without a doubt, the best niche house. Certainly in fits and starts, you know, it had a really good claim. I don't think the claim is as strong, and hasn't been for a while, actually. Released a few shitters off the back of each other. Texting on his phone, texting on this phone with my fat old fingers is a crapshoot. That's essentially how I live. Mitch has bought Homme de Grey. Fantastic perfume. Proper fragrance, that. Proper scent. Oh, smoky jasmine. Smoky citrus. Smoky oak moss. Who is this kitty, Rich? That's Max. I've always been curious about the cats I see in the thumbnail. It's my friend's cat, Laura Gardner and Richard Gardner. It is their cat. And they are fantastic. I was going around looking after them for a week there. It was good. It was fun. Baymax is extremely pretty, but he is also extremely stupid, and he's also extremely naughty. How would you compare Frenchy Lavande and Encens et Lavande? They do have the sage, definitely. They're very dry, but the Encens et Lavande's got a lot of balsamic incense in the base. It's got a lot of that. Although, and the lavender in here is a lot, it's more metallic, and it's a lot more kind of thick. I would say the lavender in Encens et Lavande is thick, whereas it's not as thick in Frenchy Lavande, you know? It's not as thick at all. Thoughts on Giraffe Trump as a Eucharist? A very good fragrance. Vintage. The Abstracts, the new Marl. Oh, harsh. Give it 20 years, come back, and then you'll know. Wild Vetiver versus original Vetiver comparison video. I can tell you right now, there is no comparison. Wild Vetiver's a total shitter. Original Vetiver's brilliant. Well, it's not brilliant, but it's really good. It's really solid, really good fragrance. And Wild Vetiver is just it smells like lots of other stuff. It smells like an amalgam of different bits of other popular fragrances put together. The fact that they've called it Wild Vetiver is fucking wild. They should be fucking done for selling things that don't represent what you actually receive. Fraud, if you will. Mitch, after that smoky oak moss, you will love Smolto Pour Homme. That does have a smoky oak moss. Agree that the abstract current best. Les abstraits Antoine Lee's practice for les indommables. Not sure about that. Max. That's him. The designeration of Creed. It's been going on for about 5 or 6, 7 years now, hasn't it? Really, since just before the pandemic. Really like exotic vetiver, but costly. You get quality. So I smelled in the department store, because it's the first time I've ever actually seen them in the flesh for a long time. Well, maybe ever. Essential Parfums. So Essential Parfums. I am now interested in getting a sample set. I always thought Essential Parfums was a clone house. I always thought Essential Parfums was a clone house. I really like Physotic. I really loved Odella by Physotic. I wish it wasn't only available once a year. Welcome, Germs. Germs is another member. He's also a wrench. Tim says, well, I tried to join, but the YouTube system fails to send an authentication notice to my banking app, so nothing happens. So that's that. Oh. I don't know what to do about that, to be honest. Well, I tried it. Oh, sorry, I've read that. The first letter of Creed evolved into a G. Grew an extra bit. Essential Parfums Divine Vanilla was a note that bought to me. Yeah, there was a couple of them there that I just thought, what, there's no point in this fragrance whatsoever. Like, you know what I mean? This is a pointless fragrance. Like, I don't understand why it's here. So, yeah, odd one. Very odd. I've just bought a bottle of that girl on ADP, my first blind buy in months. It's not my first blind buy in months, but it is, I mean, it's not even a blind buy, really. Put it like this, I hadn't smelled this for so long that I was willing to call my video an unboxing and first impression. There's not that much rum in it. I didn't get much rum. And then I started to get more rum after I'd filmed the video. This is the problem with first impressions. But everybody has this problem. Everybody has first impressions. You know? So that's why first impressions have value. Because everybody has them. So they're not, I mean, don't put too much stall by anyone's first impressions, including your own. Definitely not mine. But everybody has a first impression of, well, basically everything, don't they? Everybody experiences things for the first time. But your opinions will change, you know? Please like the stream, friends. Please like the stream. Or do as Carl has done and get you a membership. Again, once I get a certain amount of members, I will be probably going to be offering more than just the emojis. Although the emojis is like the thing I'm actually most excited about. It's just 'cause, I don't know. I just find that quite. I just like using them. I like having them, using them. Um, I'll be given stuff like early access to videos, and if I get enough members, I'll probably do a members only live once in a while. But I don't really want to just. I don't just want to cut people off because they haven't got a membership. So it's really like an excellent way of just fucking helping us, like to. I'm not just going to buy fragrances with it. I'm probably going to be more like trying fragrances, you know. I'm at the point now where I don't really buy stuff unless I'm selling stuff, you know. So, but it will certainly help monthly knowing that I can spend a certain amount on sample. But even samples now, you know, even samples now are so expensive. They're so expensive. That's why I try and like, I've been sending out samples to people who are receptive for a long time. But I think you do need to kind of foster that in this community. You do need to, like, not just my channel, but like people who are like-minded, because it's prohibitive, you know. Just introduce a bit of game theory, a bit of John Nash. If we all kind of go for what we need to go for, then we can share a little bit. You don't have to give away the whole bottle, but we'll share a little bit. People can decide. You save money in the end because you'll get something back off someone else if that culture exists. And you can be like, oh, I've saved myself like fucking 300 quid buying a perfume there that I would have hated. I'm glad I got to try it first. Where am I? Carl Anderson has become a member. Tim says it's sent half a dozen members all at once. Oh no, I approved one. Yes, that often tends to happen, doesn't it? I just bought a bottle of that, says no. I just got a little last decant of Frenchy Levant today, and I like it, but it doesn't perform. It's not the world's greatest performer. Another reason not to blind buy it. Like, I really love it, and I got it at a very good price for 200ml. So, welcome seldomly often. How is Daniel? How are you? How is it going? Girl on Arm is so refreshing. There's some wisps. There's some wisps left about 7 hours later, so sprayer is really good on these bottles too. I love this. I love how ergonomic these bottles are. Like, you can just pick them up in your hand like that, and then spray it like that. You know, it's just that experience is wonderful. I find that one of the best things. My favourite bottles to spray are probably these, the Dior Privés. If I'm being honest, they're fantastic. They're proper fantastic. I love that because the sprayers are brilliant as well. You know, I suppose there's a video on that. I'll tell you what's a shitter. I'll tell you what's an absolute shitter to spray. Even though the bottle's brilliant to hold, it's this Paris. These Les Eaux. The bottles are glorious to hold. They fit really well in the hand. They look good, but the sprayers are the drizzling shits. They're so bad. They're so bad. like really shocking from Chanel. Duck. Just had a penne bolognese, says Frank. I know it's one of your go-to meals. Well, it is Tuesday, and as such, I did eat spaghetti bolognese. Lady threw nice chunks of Italian sausage at you as well. Now bloated. Yes, it's a big meal. It's a big old meal. Welcome Carl Anderson to Blind Buy. Sadie says, what do you think of Spanish Leather Cologne by Joe F. Trumper? Do you know, I've got it. I've got the sample set somewhere and I need to get into them. I need to start doing first impressions on some of these samples that I've got because I just haven't done a first impression series since it's been a few months. It's got to be at least 2 months. And the GOF trumpet, and I'm sure I've got Spanish leather in there. Masha. Hi, did you try Hermes Musk Polida? I did. And while it's good quality and I like it, I'm not willing to pay those prices for it. If I could get it cheaper, so if I could get it below £200, I would probably buy it and own it, but it's... So I like it, but I find the value proposition lacking. The real Lee M says, did I miss the unboxing of the new Sauvage Extra? Interesting you asked that. If you're waiting for an unboxing, I'm afraid you will continue to wait for a considerable length of time, sir. But I did try and get a sample. It's not coming out here until the middle of next month. Scandalous. But when it does, I'll get a sample off them. Yeah. PK says, that girl on EDP is nice, but in the fall or winter for me. Ooh. Mint in the winter. Minter. Someone did tell us to wear Geranium Paul Monsieur in the winter a couple of years ago. But I feel like it would be so cold. So cold. Where are we? Rich is searching for a backup bottle of patchouli patch. I am. I think Essential Parfums has a name for itself simply because it's affordable and has some well-known and loved perfumers behind it. But all the scents were pretty mid and meh to my nose. Nothing made us think I need to own this, I'm not going to lie. And I did smell everything they had on the counter. Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, there's something to be said for making perfumes affordable and smelling decent, you know? Like a step above where designers sunk to, a couple of steps above, to be fair. So yeah, I think like you said that the fragrances are mid, but I think the price point is, I think that there's room for mid fragrances really. Like I don't want to smell fucking like. Sometimes I just want something that smells nice, you know. Not offensive, not angry, not stunning, not incredible, not special. I just want to smell okay, you know. And I think they're all quite like that. But it's the price point that makes it. Well, I mean, if they were pricing themselves at Frederick Malle, Amouage, Creed level, then they would get the same treatment as they do. But they're not. They're making themselves affordable, and I appreciate it. It sounds like a fragrance that people gradually grow to love, but I've heard that loads from people on bass notes. I wore Gucci No Built to watch Odyssey in IMAX the other day. So epic. Oak moss goodness. Yes, I can imagine Odysseus wearing a bit of fucking oak moss. Welcome, Nino. I have traded my decant of Girl on Homme Intense for Chanel Allure Homme Sport Vintage. To me, regular Homme EDT and Homme they are better. And yeah. Mitch, Fragrance Time has gifted 5 memberships. 5 memberships. Dushan got a membership. If You Had Been a Dog got a membership. Nick Brackett got a membership. Mr. Lemon got a membership. And Brenda Luto got a membership. All gifted by Fragrance Time. How nice. PK says, really curious to try Cartier's L'Envol. Good fragrance. Discontinued, like. Mathilde Laurent's getting replaced at some point this year. She's already left, but they're apparently looking to like announce like a new in-house perfumer, like. Zerjoff Renaissance is similar. First impressions are like arseholes. Everyone has one, says Mitra. Lilith! No, it's not Lilith. It's Delis. Delis is outrageous. I thought it was Lilith. Lilith ain't buying no membership. Mean. I just became a member to access the gooning lobby on the Discord. Please do not. Membership just not working. I like the stream. That works. Well, at least that works still. It's a great metaphor, Mitra. Facts. Let go of your member and become one, says Cherms. I love the stream. Whenever Rich feels good. Jordan Albro, welcome. Mark my words, Rich will have an OnlyFans in a few months. Jordan Albro says, scent of the day is Parfum Secret. I've doused myself, which means I've used it all up. Oh no. Secret de Parfum. Strong. Don't have much of that left myself now. Had loads of backups and ended up selling them. Stopped wearing it, to be honest. It's a bit opulent for me. But it's very good. New Wave has become a member. Thank you, sir. I don't know. I'm sure there are people minus buttholes. Just because they are constipated does not mean they don't have an arsehole, says Mixture. Tim Wilcox finally got a blind buy. Well done, sir. Listerine Heritage EDT on the way. Nice. Tim says, finally worked. What a fucking ball ache. Loads of people in the chat have actually got memberships. Your atomizers are top notch. Is that how far back I am? Jesus. Are Chanel sprays worse than Amouage sprays? I think they're both shite. Dior's really cracked it there. Like, they've really got the best atomizers. Tower sprays are indeed the drizzling shits. They are poor. He's improved them, but they're still terrible. They're still absolutely appalling. You've got to put like 15 sprays on them. And it's not like you're putting a lot of juice on when you do that either, you know? That is so good, though. Incense Rose is so good. I love Spanish leather, says Nicholas. There you go. There's the duck. There's that big old duck. Probably old school cologne. Sell, sell, sell. Buy, buy, buy. Welcome, Juan Helena. Thank you very kindly. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on the house. Thank you. Trump's Spanish leather smells exactly like a British so-called imperial leather, Sadie. Nice, but lasts about 15 minutes on me. Imperial leather. What fragrance have I got that smells like imperial leather? Is it Cologne Officinal? No. No. Maybe. Joe sprays are fantastic. Great control from a little stream to fine mist. Let us know if you are selling stuff. I'm definitely interested in any vintage you are willing to let go. I have done some sales videos before, sir. I can ship abroad now, but it's £80. I don't have that much left that I'm willing to sell at the minute, actually. I need to start taking an inventory. I might do that in the autumn. Cartier Roadster watch was re-released. Do you think the fragrance will follow? Probably not. Probably not, if I'm being honest. I just don't think they care that much. That new Roadster watch is beautiful though. The blue one, the blue dial and the fucking strap is, oh, dear me, that is a ludicrously good looking watch. I've got a Santos. I would get a Roadster. I'd get that Roadster. I'd wait a few years for it to come down on the secondary, but that would just be, I mean, dear God. Huh. I've bought and sampled most of the Trumpers stuff. Sandalwood, Cologne, and Eucharist EDP are a league above Paisley and 2 leagues above everything else, in my opinion. Sandalwood Cologne smells like egg waste. Egg waste. Egg waste. Egg waste. NYC crack. Rich Mitch, what is the most expensive perfume in your collection? Hey, I used to be able to say it was, I used to be able to tell people it was The Night by Frederick Malle. But I don't own that anymore. What is the most expensive perfume in my collection? I don't know, is the answer to that. I don't know. There's also I've got to factor in that I bought a lot of fragrances when they weren't as expensive as they are now, you know? And then they've inflated over the years, so... Leak Sense says, which girl on Om do you prefer between the EDP and the Le Boisé? I would have to come back to you, sir. I would have to come back to you about that. I would have to smell the Le Boisé again. If anybody's got any, let me know. I would take a sample. Basil's Beezels, how are you? Are you alright? I hope you are doing well. Nicholas says, just pleasant. Lily's sending me violence over the airwaves. I don't know if she's in the chat or watching. We'll see. Dushan, how can you tell which GOF Trump is a vintage? Is the presentation different? Rich, would you ever own a bottle of Diaghilev if the price was right? Honestly, no, it's not my style of fragrance. It's very good. It's well made. I am absolutely sure of it. It's no doubt very well made, good ingredients, good stuff, all that. I just, it's not my style of fragrance, mate. Nick says, I think you got a CDP might blow your socks off, Sadie. It's villainous. It is dark and evil, isn't it? Sarah says, I think Daniel did a very good brag talk episode on essential parfums. Well, the good thing is I can go back and watch that again because I was never interested in them. And now I want to sample them. I want to go through the sample of them, you know. Welcome, Rudy. Welcome, Aram. Gentlemen, how manly do you think Tom Selleck is? Oof, Tom Selleck's manly as fuck. Do you know Tom Selleck's been with the same woman for like 50, 60 years or something crazy? Like, it's just, he's one, like he hasn't had any like affairs and stuff like that either, apparently. He's just happy with his wife, you know? It's a modern miracle. It's a beautiful thing, really. Biarritz and Deauville are Eau de Cologne Gold. Well, Eau de Cologne, this time next week, I hope to have an unboxing, 2 unboxings for you of some Eau de Colognes. I have, for some reason, spent money on a couple, and very good deals I've got, and we will see. We will see what they are, sir. I have the flanker of opium here, Secret de Parfum. I'd sign up for a Duck OnlyFans on in an instant, says Aaron. I'd be selling pictures of my feet, my webbed feet, my cheese feet. Oh, the Secret de Parfum reminds me a lot of Teatro alla Scala. Yes. Mixing up Guerlain's Pour-Homme ADP with Linston to Guerlain Pour-Homme ADP. Daft. I mean, it's not an ideal naming convention, is it? It's not ideal. Ow. Yes, and I love Teatro alla Scala by Crizia. I liked that as well, but I sold it. It was same thing Opium suffered from, really. It was a bit too rich, you know. And even though I am rich Mitch, it was too rich. It was too rich even for me. Aram is wearing vintage vetiver. Nice. I'm curious if you actually own any zoologists. I used to. Had 3. Had Hyrax, bee, and camel. And now I don't own any. I don't own any of them. I'm not actually sure if I sold camel. I might still own that. But I found them all really tough to wear. Me too, the bottle's remarkable too. Yeah, they don't make good bottles anymore, do they? Why buy the duck when the eggs are free? You are a cheapskate. Oh no, I've spilled water on myself. Galen thinking he can just help himself to eggs shows he's been living in California for too long. Those eggs are mine. I've no doubt he'd get arrested though. 1, because that's his luck. He'd be the only person ever arrested for fucking shoplifting in California. And 2, he would probably try and steal over $1,000 worth of eggs. Which is about 3 at the minute, isn't it? They're getting a bit expensive over there. Excuse me. Oh. NYC Crack says, did you try Guerlain Mouchoir de Monsieur? Yes. And Guerlain Jedi? Pass, maybe. What is your favourite Guerlain? What is the most expensive perfume in your collection? I honestly don't know. I don't know what the most expensive perfume in my collection is anymore. I would have to sit and go through them and try and work it out. because I've sold a lot of stuff. I had like I had like the Derby, had vintage Derby in the original bottle, big 200 ml. Had The Night by Frederick Marr, which was by far and away the most expensive I owned. Both sold. Really good The Night though. Smelled it in the shop the other day. I actually think the modern version of The Night isn't terrible. My favourite girl on. Oh God, my favourite girl. It's probably Vetiver. I am reading Rich's favourite book and the drizzling shits jumped off the page, spoken by John Joel Glanton. Has it moved you, Tim? I will be messaging you after the stream to discuss this at length. Has it moved you, the book? Has the lack of punctuation sent your head into fucking orbit? I gave up, like, I just put a fucking audio book on. I was like, I can't be dealing with this. This is being done to punish me and me alone. But the guy reading it, there's an audio book, and the guy reading it, for me, really made it fantastic. It's Richard Poe. Richard Poe was his name. He's also done another Cormac McCarthy audio book, and that's terrific as well. I don't think it was The Road. It might have been Suttree. Brilliant, though. Absolutely awesome. If you can't find Jetty, try Vetiveria Animalis by Angelos Bellamy. £80 is light for abroad. Roadster or Declaration? The question is now. Roadster, every day. Yes, Vetiveria Animalis is great. It's what I remember. It's very similar to Jetty. It's more accessible. Derby? Hope you're well stashed, but I am quite alright, thank you very much. I'm doing quite well, mate. I hope you are too. Rich got a vintage membership on time. Melt my heart is your most expensive. Well, I got it for that. It is if it was if it was taken from retail, yes, but I managed to get mine at like 300 quid, and they're 800 quid retail, which is stupid. They should never have done that. Why did the just like? I mean, they sell these things in Newcastle. I know they sell them in New York as well, but Newcastle is not New York. You know? Like, just in almost every sense of the meaning of it. And yet they sell them here, and they're wanting the thick end of £1,000. You know? That's more than a lot of people pay for their mortgages up here. That's more than a lot of people's household expenses for the month. Ain't nobody spending £1,000, 800 quid on a perfume. Unless it's me, because I'm a fucking idiot. But that's not the, like that. That's like a complete fucking. It's not fair to compare that to fucking normal people. I have Loboise. I will send you a sample. Thank you very much, Tim. I will smell it. Ooh, I bet I end up liking it and end up buying it too. Did it come in the Listerine? That is really nice. I'm really enjoying that. That Girl on Om. That's just going to get sprayed freely, you know? Greg McLaughlin, thank you very kindly, sir. You have become a member. Omar, excellent choices, thank you. Bruton Gasta says, same boat, not a fan of Diaghilev myself. Agree, it's great, but not for me. And my wife hated it with a passion when I tried. Yes, I appreciate it, that it's really well made. It's got great ingredients and it smells fantastic, but you can just get the original, you know? You can just get the original. And even if you're not happy with the modern, you can get a vintage one and still be well under the price of Diaghilev, you know? And if the wife hates it, you're not going to have a happy life, you know? Nicholas says, I prefer Eucharist EDT. The EDP is too much of that Tremor beast and is not well balanced. Bruton is wearing Invasion Barbar. Did think about Invasion Barbar myself today. May I ask, was it Amouage or Tower Incense Rose you were referring to earlier? In what sense? In what sense, Sarah? It was the Tower, says Chekhov's Gundam. Sarah, I believe it was the Tower. My members are taking care of you. It's a warm day and it's singing off my skin, says Bruton. The Bottle of the Moon, that is your most expensive bottle. I sold it. I sold the Bottle of the Moon quite soon after I bought it, actually. It became really rough. I just blind bought Profumum Roma Arso. I love that house, so I'm excited for it. I think you like it. I do like it. I like it a lot. It's a bit like Fila Nagil, but smokier. It's more smoky. Do you know what it is? I'm not going to say that I prefer it because, maybe I prefer it. I don't know. Fila Nagil is more delicate. It's more French. It's more kind of, you know, it's more of a perfume, whereas Arso smells like, it's a smell. It's wonderful though. It's fantastic. It's that type of fragrance where it's a smell but done really well, you know. Have you got a guilty pleasure? I have many guilty pleasures. You're some man for one man for a vintage. But is there a fragrance that you love that we wouldn't see coming? Bogart Pour Homme. Bogart Pour Homme. Bogart Pour Homme, Greg. I love that shit. It's fantastic. I have no earthly right to really like that, but I do. There are less and less fragrances I feel guilty about liking now. I just own it, like. I mean, the Encre Noirs, but I mean, that's like, you know, there's no shame in liking that. I've got Le Male Essence Parfum, which I have, again, no earthly right. I hate Le Male. I hate Le Male with a passion. Smelled it in the shop the other day. Foul. Still as awful as it ever was. But the Essence de Parfum is fantastic. I would say that's probably my guilty pleasure, but I don't actually feel guilty about it. I quite enjoy the fact that even though I'm extremely against the original and the way it smells, that the Essence Parfum is just class. Sarah also was great, recently acquired it. It's brilliant. Vetiver and Heritage are awesome. I love Heritage. Yeah, I've got the Heritage. I've got a vintage one. Vetiver just sits too floral on my skin. It's interesting. Vetiver was the first girl on I ever tried, so it has a special place in my heart. It was the OG Pour Homme cologne. Yeah. Have you read The Passenger by McCarthy? It's great. I haven't, no. Rich, what's your favourite watch? And what's the size you like? I like smaller watches, I must admit. My favourite watch is the vintage Santos. I have one. Haven't worn it for a while. I think it needs... I haven't worn it for a while. I think it needs a service, but that's like 29 by 41. It's a small watch. It's a small watch. But me Datejust, I've got a Datejust. I love that, though. And it's a 36... because it's the classic size, you know. I think 40's too. I just think 40's as high as I'd go, and there are loads of watches that are 40 and above. But I had an Explorer, 40mm Explorer, and I regret selling it. I won't lie, I regret selling it. It's like a right tit. But I just, yeah, no. I think my favourite one's probably the Santos. I just wish it kept better time. The one I've got's fucking losing like 5 minutes a day. Rich's most expensive is the discontinued Amouage Tar mill for mill, probably. Ooh, Al-Andalus. Al-Andalus. Probably. You're actually, now I think about it, yeah, you're probably right, like. Derby and Vetiver EDT are the only girl on masculines I love. I really like Derby, but I just wasn't wearing it, like. You pronounced my surname right. Wow. Yes, the name is familiar. I live near Scotland. There are many. There are many Macs. Love Habit Rouge. I've been pa. I've been P. I've been pa. I've been paged because of Diaghilev's slander. See me in my office. Don't touch me. Loboisier is later woodier and vetiverier. Interesting. Sarah says, I've never tried anything from Tower. Curious which are your favourites? Well, I'll tell you the ones I own. I've got Lone Star Memories and Lonesome Rider, which you can't get anymore. I've got Nexon. I've got Incense Rose. I've got Lead Desert Mattercain. And I've got Au Cours du Desert. And I love all of them. I have high hopes for Girl on Arm EDP. I hope I'm not disappointed. The Mall is Plastic Set. Au Cours du Desert is my favourite. I would say that's probably my favourite one, Mike. Put on some Colonia Essenza. I immediately felt like Vito Corleone. It's very Italian cologne, isn't it? I'm thinking about getting a bottle of the the original. Like, I'm on a big cologne kick at the minute. I don't know if you looked at your messages, mate. There's 2 more litres, like. Put up 2 more litres, like. Madness. Explorer's a great watch as well. Do you like the Jubilee bracelet? Yeah, that's what the date just's on. I feel like I'm in the majority. Who likes all smoothed out? The watch community is obnoxious. Lol, gotta stay away. The watch community's a bit. It's. I couldn't eat a whole one. There are some people in there that I really like, actually. Like, I really like. Proper sound. And they're not. They catch a lot of hell from each other over there, you know? There's a lot of shit slinging goes on, but I do like the people I like. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. I don't watch a lot of watch content anymore, though. I think the date just is kind of like it's almost a one and done. It's not a one and done. It could be. I had the Explorer 40 and that could have been a one and done. If that came in a blue dial, and there is an Oyster Perpetual that came with it wasn't a sunburst, but it was like a reflective blue dial. And it's like a 10-15-year-old watch now. But it had the numerals on it. It had the 369, so it's essentially an Explorer with a blue dial. If I could get that, I kind of feel like that could be my only watch. But I do like a date. Because that's what I forget more than I forget the time. I forget the date. You're more chance of me remembering the time without looking at my watch than there is me remembering the date without looking at my watch. It's fucking ridiculous, really. Yeah, proudly welcome. You have Rose Absolute. I've also got the Rose Absolute as well. You're absolutely correct. Well done. For fuck's sake, I'll send a cheeky offer. Another one. Aye and I probably would have got. Well, would I have got another one? It's a lot of juice. Hello, Francois. Hello, Doug, and all the good-smelling people watching. Scent of the day is Fougere Emeraude. Sample is getting low. Pardon me. I was never a fan of Emeraude. Pardon me, what is happening? Scent of the day is Fougere Emeraude. Sample is getting low. Wasn't a fan of that Au Chypre Azural. I'm actually struggling with Mousse de Sables at the minute. Very thick, very cloudy, cushiony, woolly. I prefer Penhaligon's Castile to Colonia Resenza when it comes to that neroli-dominated eau de cologne style. I tried the new Sartorial yesterday as well. It's not in terrible condition. It's just not as big as it used to be. Duck, try the Astia colognes. They are fantastic. Well, I would very much love to, actually. But they don't sell a sample set because they're wankers. Thank you for the Tower Rex and for the stream. Thank you, Sarah. Gueulon Armauboise is good, especially after sampling the new L'Homme Ideal Cologne Intense. Bit of a letdown, the cologne. Those Guerlain's gone to seed, like, you know. It feels like it's over. Has anyone tried the new tower? Totally got away. Which one? What's it called? Adrian Colour. Welcome. Scent of the day, Nordica Voyage. Wet, wet, wet. You have the hiccups, sip water slowly, and it will get rid of them. It doesn't feel like hiccups. I do get hiccups, though. But it doesn't feel like hiccups. It feels, I don't know. Like, I have like 3 or 4 and then stop. But they're big. Pardon me. Mousse de Sable is so comforting in the cold weather. A real cozy scent for me. The hiccups of the duck. Sounds more like a Gucci Alchemist fragrance, that, doesn't it? Pradeep is in Cafe Arabesque. He's still not feeling it. I'm still waiting to try and get a sample, to be honest. Hick ducks. Friends, would you like to like the stream? Please like the stream, friends. 39 people watching, 39 likes. We like that kind of thing. Also, consider becoming a member. Supporting the channel is very useful to the channel. Google takes 30%. Did you know that? Google takes 30% of that fucker. What a bunch of bastards. It's a bit steep, that really, isn't it? 30%. Fucking, the mob only took fucking 10. You know? Then again, they didn't provide a streaming service. Try the re-release of Guerlain Eau de Toul. Oh, they're pretty, but kind of boring. Just smell like a wedding day. Probably I got Carrot Cafe Arabesque. I'm waiting until fall. Tower, the air of the hidden garden. Eh. We'll see what what's it called has to say about that. Les Santos. Might get a sample. Might not. Talking about Gucci Alchemist, if you tried a midnight stroll, almost certainly yes, but I can't remember what it smells like, which makes us think I wasn't interested. You know, Heart of Leo was really good, but there's an amber wood lurking, and I was devastated when it popped its head out. Like the stream, good people, says Nolan. But honestly, Cartier Declaration Essence, to know why. Maybe I'm a freak, says Adrian Colour. Maybe you are, sir. I always like the stream, and I have no respect for those who do not, says Nicholas. Umming and ahhing about popping to Les Santos and trying it tomorrow. Oh, means you've got to go to London, though. I know about that 30% Google steal. Yeah, it's total tax, like. Do you have a strategy system to choose your scent of the day? I overthink the shit out of it. So my main strategy and system is I have very loose rules. I only have one really hard rule, and that's that I can't wear the same fragrance one day after another. So I can't wear it 2 days in a row. The other rule, which I'm not as strident or stringent on, is that I don't wear the same fragrance twice a week. The reason I do that is because I've got so many fragrances I want to go around them. I split my collection into 4: autumn, winter, spring, summer, and I find it helps me access all the different fragrances in my collection. Now, I don't wear, some years I don't wear, like I was wearing the shit out of Nexon last year. I was wearing the shit out of fucking Cologne Aficionale. I'm not wearing them that much this year. I was also wearing a lot of Ferrés Bergamotto Merino. That doesn't mean I want to sell them. It doesn't mean that I don't like them anymore. What it means is I'm wearing other things. You know? And that is good. I like that because I can come back to them next year. I'll tell you what I've been wearing a hell of a lot of. A hell of a lot of. Oh. Fit in there where you belong. I've been wearing a lot of this year. Tuscany Per Uomo. I've always liked it. It's never hit like it has this year, though. This year, for some reason, it's hit like crack. But yeah, try and split your fragrances into seasons. That's what I did. That's what worked for me. It might not work for you, so maybe don't try it. It's up to you, really. Ugh. Trying to wear tuberose fragrances, says Francois. Les Indomitable have top tier ingredients for sure. Very green, almost narcotic. Too sweet for this heat, says Fragrance Time. Have you tried Parfum d'Empire Ruade? No, but I would like to. Pradeep loves, and there he is. Ruade is sensational. Adrian Colour says, I like using vintage Dior Dune for the females. Am I weird? No. God, no. It's vintage. I think you were more weird if you were wearing the modern one. Vintage. Those old femme vintage perfumes are fucking immense, like. Nolan says, scent of the day, vetiver extraordinaire. Supposedly the UK signed a trade deal with Switzerland, so let's see if Andy Tower will ship to the UK so we don't have to use Les Santos. The problem with that is that Les Santos has the monopoly, and I think that's part of the deal to sell him in there. I think it's more to do with the restrictions. I just don't see that happening, which is a shame because I don't agree with monopolies, but again, it seems to be how he's done his business. There are very, you know, I don't know how many places in the United States sell Tower. Maybe one on the East Coast, one on the West. But I know Lucky Scent sells Tower. I think most of the bottles in the US come from Lucky Scent, if I'm being honest. Rich, are you going to sell Prada Amber Intense? Maybe. I don't know. I'm probably going to give it some wears. I'm probably going to give it some wears this autumn, see what happens. Tim, can't you get Tower on 50ml pretty easily? Yes. Yes, you can, that's right. Is the African elephant a good starter animal? Pardon? You mean Bal d'Afrique? Aziz, it's auto-translated that for me, and I wish it wouldn't do that. Because obviously there's a lot of French words and stuff like that here. So, I could very much do without that shit. How does that version compare to the Gentleman's Collection version, Rich? This is just, there's just more of it. It's just fuller. Welcome, Alicia. I prefer this version hugely. But the later version's still quite good. Alicia says, hello, everyone. Hello, Alicia. It will shine in autumn and you will fall in love with it, Rich. We will see. Do you know if the Tuscany bottles without the black net ring are older than the ones without it? With the net? No. I think I think these are... No, I think the ones without it are older. I think the ones without it are older, you know? Another question, sir. How many is too many? Depends. Yeah, well... Are you talking to somebody who's just sold about 500 perfumes? Like, it's taken us about 2 years, but I've sold off a lot of my collection. A lot. And I'm much happier at the level I'm at now. So, fewer and fewer sales. But it's whatever you're comfortable with, you know? It's whatever you are comfortable with. I'm comfortable at around the 300 mark. 75 for each season, roughly. I've actually got a lot more spring and summer perfumes than I do autumn and winter, which is very surprising, because it did not used to be that way. Nishane's Africa Elephant. Do I like that? Not for me. Not for me. I don't like many Nashane things at all. They really betrayed us with that Sultan Vetiver. Sultan Vetiver should have been a brilliant fragrance, and they managed to fuck it up, like. Love African leather, says Alicia. Scented Echo, welcome. How are you? Francois says, Duck, your collection is draw-dropping. By chance, have you tried vintage Vetiver Extraordinaire? What do you think of the modern version? I just want to know what it is. Not impressed with either of them. There is yet to be a vetiver which is better than Guerlain vetiver. A straight-up vetiver fragrance, although Hemingway by Mask Milano is wonderful. I would like a vintage version of that. I've smelled older vetiver extraordinaire, but I'll just... Guerlain vetiver for me. Guerlain should drop a men's flanker soon. They probably will be, yeah. Welcome, Miles. What are your favourite Ben Halligan's fragrances? Sartorial. Sartorial's the only one I own, really. And I'm at peace with that massively. if you knew then what you know now about perfume and style this channel, would you do much differently? Well, the thing is that if I knew then what I know now, then I wouldn't have got to experience all those fragrances I sold. You know? So it's about the progressing through time. You know, the learning. You haven't sold Oud Satin Mood though, says Chevalier Kirky. By Chevalier Kirky, says Brodeep. No, I haven't, because I actually like that. That's another guilty pleasure. I'm comfortable at 65 bottles right now. Then stick there. It's your money. It's your life. It's what makes you happy. You don't buy that many perfumes. I mean, still, that's a ludicrous amount of perfumes. You know, if you say that to somebody in the street, they'll just fucking look at you like there's something wrong with you. You know? Dirk is adjusting the collection for global warming and climate change. But it's been dry. It's been dry. Nolan says, Hemingway is definitely a great vetiver. I've never sniffed any Guerlain's, what, like ever? Dear God. That's mental. Have you never sniffed any Guerlain's before? I don't understand, even by accident. Any opinion on the OJ Patou pour Rhum? Is it as good as the hype? No. Far too much clove for me. I just got clove, and I couldn't get past it. Really didn't like it. The modern girl on vetiver is pants. The modern eau de toilette shite. The parfum is better. The parfum is like the vintage. The striped vintage is amazing. Yes. I've got Vetiver Extreme as well. That's really good. No, it's criminal, but I haven't. Adrian Color says, I adore the way you speak. Thank you very much. I would not be much of a Chuyuba if I did not speak interestingly. There are far too many people on the platform in the world who, just because they can have a voice, doesn't necessarily mean they should. And a lot of them are often quite boring. And you've got a lot of boring people doing a lot of fucking insane shit to try and convince people that they're interesting, which is kind of one of the reasons why we are where we are in the world now. It's very strange. Like, I don't need to do insane shit. I just experience things in an insane manner. And then I just relay this to people, and people are like, oh, it's quite entertaining. Thanks. Finally picked up a Scala in Haiti. I have to say, it's really impressive. It is very impressive. I love that shit. I did a lavender video recently. My next one of those will be probably a vetiver. It probably won't be this year. It'll be next year. Wow, Scala in Haiti's really good. I'll tell you, Comme des Garçons Vetiveru 2, that's really good as well. Now maybe my number 2 vetiver before below Guerlain's. Have you tried anything from Père Noir? I haven't tried anything from Père Noir. Do you know Rowan Atkinson lived about 3, 4, 5 minutes away from me? That's where he used to live. What is a Geordie exactly? A Geordie is someone from Newcastle and the surrounding catchment area. Geordie is like an accent. It's a person who is from the Tyne Valley. I have around 50 bottles. I could buy more. I get a bit sad when I think about the time needed to go through my collection. Then don't. Do what you feel happy with. I need that girl on Vetiver. Really, Duck? There's one or two things you appreciate about Erica, isn't there? Yes. She has enormous boobs. Have you had a chance to smell Roger's Serenity Blend? My favourite of the year, says Supply and Demand. No. I walked past the Roger count. I find it very, very easy to walk past his the Roger counter, to be honest with you. I fucking just don't think it's a very good house at all, like. Var by Mallow is an amazing vetiver, but hard to find or sample. Lucky Scent did have it. Okay, thank you. I know what a Geordie is. No problem. I've got about 165 bottles currently, and most of those are backups. I did not include my backups. I need to do a stock check on my backups. I really, really do. And I'm going to do that at some point. But it's going to be probably in the autumn. Probably in the autumn, like. Do you know we're a month out from the longest day of the year, and I can already tell that the nights are getting shorter, which is a terrifying prospect, really. Oh, fucking massive blast of cold air just came in there. It was brilliant. Please like the stream, friends. Do a live count. No. Why has somebody named a fragrance after the... Yes, Var is the bane of my life. It's the most photorealistic tea fragrance I've ever smelled. It's so calming. I'm going to buy a backup of Madagascar La Baume Vanille, actually. I've had to expand bottle storage, got a lot of larger cabinet. Yeah, I kind of knew that it was time to, if you're looking to put a stop to your buying, or at least a stop to your adding of perfumes to the collection, then it's a good idea to get storage. A certain size storage, and say from this position I will not budge, so some shit has to go before I get some new shit. And that really helped me. This storage cupboard is my active, like, this is where I put the stuff that is available to be sprayed. This is the spring and summer collection here, you know. I love tea for two. It's lovely in the winter. How good is Amboise Vanille by Sergi Ton? Fantastic. I do sell on eBay, and one of the buyers introduced me to your YouTube content. It was a great recommendation. Well, thank you to them. That's an odd thing, is like, for me to experience as a person, you know, that people are out there. And they're like, oh, you heard of Rich Mitch? And other people are like, no, why the fuck would I have heard of Rich Mitch? Who the fuck's he? And they'll be like, try watching Rich Mitch. And it's an odd thing to experience, you know? It's an odd thing to experience. But I mean, I enjoy it. I like it, but it's very kind of like, it's a bit humbling. You know, and it's also like, it's strange because like it's loads of people I don't know, and they're saying nice things. You've got some people who say bad things about you, but my experience has been overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly positive. Oh, thank you, Adrian. I am glad you have come as well. I know I hate how dark it is right now, says Sarah. It was daylight, man. It was daylight this time a month ago. It was proper, like, I could have gone outside and read the newspaper. Welcome, Tripler. Channel member. Use your emojis. Yes. Make people jealous. Make people jealous. If you would like to become a member, friends, the link is pinned. Become a channel member is the thing. You can become a member, or you can press the little dollar sign on the interface there if you want to become a member and have access to the emojis. That's all I've really got for you at the minute. But I will be adding further such emojis as I get more members. If you get more members, it adds, like, it unlocks the amount of emojis you can do. So I like that. I'm actually quite excited for the emojis and what I can do with them. That outrageous one, the one that's like red with the text, it does say outrageous, but you can't see it. So I'm probably gonna change it. Like, the fragrance community is an odd one anyway, and I'm all for it. Well, yes. Have you tried Elsewhere from Amouage? I walked past the Amouage, so there's like this. It's a bit like a carousel sort of thing. They've got it on like a spinning kind of thing. They've got it on. They don't have Amouage as like a display in my department store, and I just try and walk past it. I've never been a big fan, but that modern stuff is truly awful. It really is very bad. It's got a lot. There's a lot of those modern woody amber materials, which I just find so objectable. They're so foul. They don't make perfumes without those materials in now. The worst months are November and December. After that, I can cope with things as the days start lengthening. There's a lot of people feel like that, actually. Firekite says, I bet Patreon takes less. Not sure about how it works in the UK. It works. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good. So you're famous now, but not by face. Well, that's probably for the best for everybody. That, to be honest. Just do it. Just do it, says Sadie. Buy Me a Coffee takes the smallest cut. Respect to them. Yes, but a lot of people just don't use it. Had a coffee for a long time. Still have, but nobody uses it. Nobody uses it, so. You could also pin a PayPal link. Yes. Yes, I could. Not gonna lie, I just got into Amouage last year after the modern spin. I love Amouage Decision. Quantum Biche made it. That is your cross to bear, sir. That is between you and the Lord. And may God have mercy on your soul. What up, Robert? Fragrance Journey is back. I saw his video the other day. Hopefully he'll be making more content. then no emojis. Yes, that's the thing with the memberships, you see. The idea is to get as many people as possible getting the membership. And then everybody's just paying a small amount per month, you know, and it's regular guaranteed kind of money that I can use to do things on the channel, do things with the channel, you know. People can still super chat, so like that's like a one-off sort of payment thing if you want to do that. And again, I don't want to start putting stuff behind walls and saying, like, that's the thing, like I don't want to do stuff as far as like making stuff restricted, you know. But a lot of it operates on goodwill, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Also, you had the emojis, man. The emojis are mint. I like the little member emoji as well. It's a giant rubber duck floating in the sea. For shit, unfortunately. Yes. Oak moss is still allowed. It is still allowed. It is. Azamore proves a fragrance can still knock your socks off with moss. Well, Quorum as well. Quorum's still available. Matcha Premier Metallic Lavender is a top contender for the worst perfume I have smelled this year, says Pradeep. Didn't see it in the shop the other day. But I would just fucking... I'd launch that shit into the sun if I could. Fuck that. I'm going off. I'm off. Good night and thank Rich and all. Thank you, Tim. Lol duck. Have we tried vintage Bichon Man, Sandy? The oak moss and that makes Quorum seem dandyish. That metal lavender is getting dragged everywhere, easy to pick out the shills. Yeah. Not surprised you're circling back to Girl on, Rich. Why the hell not? Well, this one certainly. I mean, if I can find them at respectable prices, perfumes that I turn my nose up, it's an absolutely ludicrous statement. Perfumes that I didn't take advantage of 10 years ago, 15 years ago, now good, easy wears that aren't beshitted with amberwood, you know? No amberwood in here. None. Zero. And it smells great. The performance isn't great, but that's okay when you're not paying stupid bloody prices. And I do have 2 colognes coming this week and next week, so we'll see how long that takes. And they'll be getting unboxed. The whole house is trash. Yes, it is. It is trash. Matcha Premier is a total shitter. Vintage Bichon Man, but I'm curious. Adrian says, the newest band was on the benzophenone 123 BHT. Apparently it's a cause of cancer. Well, maybe the smell of the cancer is what we're all missing nowadays. So do shining light reflection and jubilation. Is that Sadie lady? Punching out, fam. See you later, fragrance time. Thank you. Maybe metal lavender has been recalled for nose safety. Well, there's a lot of there certainly are some shitters in the mist. The amount of stuff that's released now, there's never been more perfume, and overwhelming majority is shit to me. It's shit to me. If people like it and people, what I just feel a lot of people are wearing shit stuff because they've seen it online. Someone else has convinced them that they should like it, and they like it because they feel they should, rather than what they've actually done. There was a guy and his wife, and she was taking him through the Tom Ford stuff when I was in the department store yesterday. And they tried everything from the private blend and the signatures, and I stood and watched them. And he put on Neroli Portofino. He put it on his hand and smelled it. And he looked at me, because I'd been there for a while, and I was smelling other stuff as well, just smelling the latest versions of things. And he looked at me and he went, "This just smells like soap." I was like, "Mate, if you walk around the rest of this store and smell some of the shit that's being put out by these other houses," I was like, the smell of soap would fucking... You can do a lot worse. He was like, "But if I want to smell a soap, I'll just use soap." I was like, "I understand that, and you're right, but at the same time, you won't smell of soap for very long. That's a fragrance. It's supposed to smell of soap, and it will last much longer. And it's a very high quality soap, and there's a lot to be said for it." I could see his eyes start to glaze over, so I didn't want to go on too much, do you know what I mean? But there's a lesson there that I think, like, he was trying a lot of stuff. Like, his wife was like, "Oh, like, what's like the best seller? What's the best seller for women by Tom Ford?" she said. And the woman was like, "Oh, Black Oak, it's like really popular." And I'm sitting there biting me tongue, literally biting me tongue, being like, have you got any fucking imagination? Have you got like absolutely no agency or insight whatsoever? Gives a fuck about what the best seller is. You know what I mean? What do you think smells nice? There are many, many people out there who would wear a fragrance they didn't like, right? Because they thought other people would like it. And fucking hell, if that is the state of yourself, you've got bigger problems than me coming along telling you you've got shit taste in perfume. If you are that, if you suffer from that level of narcissism that's so profound, you are so fragile that you would hurt yourself so that other people thought you could make other people thinks a certain way by what you were smelling. I mean, I just fuck off. You're in bad territory there. You're in deep, deep water there, you know. You're in a bad place. I think Encens Suave isn't bad. It's the least offensive. I just received a chorus aftershave with an animal protein as an ingredient. Am I too young to know what it is? Fucking Christ. I'm not even entirely sure what fucking animal... I mean, I think you are. I don't know what that shit means. That's a crazy way to put it. That's a crazy way to put it. Animal protein. And Radical Rose is okay, but I'd rather wear Toy Boy, and I think it handles the Amber Woods better. And it's sexy as fuck, says Nick, sorry. I like a good soapy fragrance. I like a good soapy fragrance as well. I'm literally loving soapiness at the minute. Loving lavender smoothness. Smoothness is what I'm going for now. That is definitely my vibe, where I'm at, what I like. You know? It's such a weird way of picking a fragrance. Even when you know nothing. The man was in his 50s, right? At least with his wife, and they were behaving like fucking people less than half their age. Like, he was wearing a fucking Rolex Submariner, which is the most basic watch you can possibly wear. You just walk in and say, please, I would like to buy something to deflect from the fact that I don't have a personality. Right? Now, there's a lot of people who like Rolex Submariners, and I get it, and there's a lot of people who have insight. I know that's not why he fucking bought that watch. I literally assessed that man on the spot for myself. I'm just like, you want the most popular fragrance, you want the most popular watch, you want other people to think you know what you're talking about. You want other people to think you've got taste. You don't want to be asked about why you picked something. Because you don't have an opinion. Because you don't know why. That's why. Mortified. It's okay to just feel sorry for them, Rich. No, these people need berated. Don't you have the imagination? No, because Mo didn't send it to you. The fucking swine. Oh, noted. What? It's Lilith. Oh, burn. 2 live streams in a week. Lil E. Can't help but notice that Lily doesn't have a little duck next to her name. Would you like a little duck next to your name, friends? You can become a member whenever you want. Autonomy, where art thou? Insight. Autonomy and insight. Autonomy comes from insight. It comes from having some level of an appreciation of what it is to be. Yeah, that'll do, actually. It just comes from having a level of appreciation for what it is to be. This is a person who has lived entirely on autopilot, constantly scanning for data points from other people to implement, to hide from the fact of the self-love, what I can only assume is such awful, incredible self-loathing that they can't learn anything about themselves because it's too painful. To be fair, a lot of them are teenagers or young adults. They seek attention at that age. Mate, this bloke was in his mid to late 50s, like. And it's like, this is always surprises about, like, fucking midlife crisis. Like, I'm going to say this, and this is just the stupidest thing I can possibly say. I don't think I'm going to have a midlife crisis because I've been having one my entire life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've been in this kind of way of finding out who I am since I was like a child. You know what I mean? A fragrance should enhance your style, not define it. When everything clicks, the effect cannot be denied. Yeah, I think that is like the cherry on a cake, you know? Andrew Claymore, thank you very kindly for becoming a member. Lily does owe me money. Does Girl on Arm have a hint of soapiness, Rich? It's got a peppermint. I wouldn't say it was soapy. I wouldn't associate that smell with soap. I just wouldn't. Ooh, yeah, filthy shite hawk. What was that? Come back. Ooh, that's something else I haven't worn this year. It's Santal Messiah. What are you? What are you, sir? What are you? That's a Tom Ford. That is a Tom Ford. I think it's Venetian bergamot. That was a lovely fragrance too, and they got rid of that. The fuckers. What's tier 3 membership for €100 get? Nothing. There isn't one. There's only one tier, and it is £3 a month. You'd think there'd be more self-expression and individuality in the fragrance space. It's where people go. It's where it's not. It's a creative space, and people think it makes them look good if they're in it. For other people, it's a money-making opportunity. For me, it's an opportunity because of the way my life's panned out to have like community. You know, to have like a place to share things with people. And I love that. I don't think there's any way I can possibly give. There's loads of people come on. I'm not just saying this to like. I'm not saying this at all to blow me own horn. A lot of people say to us, I hear this. You've given so much. You've given so much to like the community, or like to me personally. These people who say this to us, and it's like, to be honest with you, I feel like I've taken more than I've given from it. But that's how communities should work. You should take and you should also give. And that's why people who only sell fucking perfumes through their content are so fucking bad, because all they do is take. They give fucking nothing. They contribute nothing. It's okay to take when you also give, if you are taking part. If Tim Wilcox was still here, we could talk about what the dance is. Tim was reading Blood Meridian, and it's a large theme of Blood Meridian, the dance. And to dance, you must give and take. You've got to take part. Richard's life crises came when he started losing his hair. No, it was far before that. Chanel jersey is probably my favourite lavender. Any thoughts on it? It's okay. I prefer boy. I teach teenage boys they don't want to smell basic and refuse to wear Sauvage, etc. Well, exactly, because they're finding out who they are. Chill, Duck. Other enthusiasts like fashionistas, tea or wine connoisseurs could say that about you. About what? I get you. My midlife crisis started to kick in when I was a teen. Yo. Thanks, Rich. Came here for the audio of bottles catastrophically falling off screen. You are in the right place. The white picket fence, Peter Bergamotto di Amalfi is very nice, but similar to original Vetiver. What? Yeah. Hello, Rodney. Welcome, Boos. Boos. For £100, Rich will demonstrate what the English idiom hand shandy means. He will not. Just got a box in the mail with a vintage 90s bottle of Cristal EDP. I think I've still got one of them lurking about. Andrew says I'm a giant, so I can mostly only buy whatever fits for clothes and fragrance is all I have for style. Only got into it relatively recently, but already obsessed. It's a good place. You've found, if you would like to share things, you're in the right place. If you want to be sold to, if you want people to tell you what to think or what to do, I'm not a giant, but I am a large, fucking big unit. So like 6'2" and fucking lots of beef. So I feel you on the clothes, especially when I was younger. It's a lot better now, obviously, with human beings just getting generally bigger, you know. He says that he will never die. He never sleeps. He says that he will never die. Should I finally read my copy of Blood Meridian? Give it a gun, mate. There's no punctuation, so I hope you're not expecting any. But yes, you should read it, and then come back and tell us about how it's fucking haunting your waking dreams. I listen to the audiobook. I just think the bloke reading it's fucking fantastic. If you've got an Audible thing, it appears on YouTube quite often. People upload it to YouTube very often, repeatedly as well. So if you search on YouTube Blood Meridian audiobook, you'll probably be able to find it, but you'll probably have to you can either download it or you can just keep searching and finding different versions. But it's a I mean, you're talking about 15 hours to read it or just listen to it. But it's the best thing I've ever read. Like, it suits me personality. It suits me kind of down to the ground, really. I gave an early batch of Tom Ford Noir Extreme to my cousin, and this fucker emptied that bottle in 6 months, never again. Fuck him. Beat them. Should I finally read my copy of Blood Meridian? You certainly should, Caboose. Boose! Oh, we'll set the music, oh, bright and glance. How can you know the dancer from the dance? You don't have to keep yelling at me about taking all the time. B? Just finished my 19mm vintage mini of Cristal. Sarah says, oh, I have boy too, just preferred Jersey, maybe because I'm a girl. Creed Wild Veteran is the worst release of the year I've encountered. It's such a shitter. It's such a shitter. It's so bad. Cormac McCarthy, shitter. Brilliant, Cormac. Need to spray some Cristallo Vert soon in the high heat. Kindle. That's a great lavender video, Rich. Lavender is one of my forever ingredient scents. I'm so drawn to its calming aura. Me too. I read when I eat meals and eat slower, which is better for digestion too. Killing two birds with one stone, huh? Use chopsticks. Fuck. My arms would not let me get away with that one bit, like. And on that, friends, I'm off. Thank you to the many people who became members. I appreciate it very much. There will be more to come on the old membership. There will be more to come on the old membership front. As far as what I will do, I just need to figure it out. But thank you to everyone who became a member. Thank you to the people who gifted memberships as well. That was very kind of you. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking. Over 50 likes. And I will see you all again soon.